Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Hall o'clock with an incredibly impressive array of things sent in by you, my wonderful YouTube subscribers. Alright, well let's dig in. I'm going to put these three, quite big heavy ones, which have got that wonderful Lego rattle to them to one side. And first of all, focus on this much sort of thinner, but definitely more interesting in my mind, envelope. So I'm going to be very careful to open this in case it's got some paperwork in it that we really need to enjoy, like photos or something like that. And I'm not making very good progress with it. Let me try a different way. There we go. Don't need to keep this packaging after all. And drum roll, please. We have, definitely a letter and definitely some pictures. And yep, I think that's everything. Greetings from, what's that say? Birchbury, I think that says. Made out of bricks. Birchbury, yeah. Okay, and wow, you've got a nice beach there with lots of things going on, including that rubber ring. I really like that. Wow, you've got a very busy, packed and stacked city, just like me. And I like the beach hut there. Lifeguard station and so on. Ice cream van. Looks very busy indeed. Love it. Oh, and we've got the ferry. And that's full. Another big boat here. A Maersk one. Yeah, and a crane over there and all the rest of it. Busy streets. Wow, you've got some real traffic going on in your city, haven't you? And that looks like the roof of a winter village set. And is that some space stuff over there? Oh, wow, we've got some more here. They aren't double-sided, are they? No, yeah. Oh, wow, what's that? We've got some sort of track elevated in the sky. I think that's the police one, the space one, but I think it's been extended. It's very long, so that's really interesting. And we've got skateboard park, really big skateboard park, lots of shops, and an airport, I think that looks like over there. Residential area. That's a very lot of poop there for somebody to clear up on the ground there. Skyscraper in the background looks like. Yeah, some houses, residential, a school. Wow. Oh, wow, and there's the aerial view. Golly, that is quite a spread, isn't it? You've got it on the floor, which is the best place for Lego when you're younger and your knees don't give up. But yeah, wow, that's really packed and stacked. Absolutely love that. And then we've got some emergency services here. Oh, wow, and a little go-kart track. Yeah, I do like it when people use Lego tyres because we always get too many somehow as the boundaries for the go-kart track. Yeah, if I had enough room to do that, or if I ever do underneath the tables, do a sort of stunt scene, then I think I'll be using my tyre collection for the sort of walls of that. That looks absolutely great. Fantastic. So let's move on to the letter. Oh, there's some other stuff here. Actually, wow, there's a huge sticker sheet. They're kind of like, well, I was going to say emojis, but they're more than that, really, aren't they? Sort of, oh, wow, look, we've got the Alien Commander from Alien Conquest line. Got loads of Star Wars, Disney characters, City Guys, Yoda. Oh, there's another Alien Conquest ones. These are definitely my favourites. That's the leader one. Yeah, any more? Some Ninjago. Oh, there's the alien there. Alien Trooper. Yeah, I'm going to have to think of a way to use these. They're quite small, so I think they look like they could be fitting on 2x2 tiles. I don't think that's what they're made for, but they could be. So I'll have to look at those. It'd be interesting to know what they came from. Oh my word, there's two sheets. Are they the same? I don't think they are. There's another alien commander, but he's in a different pose. Oh, wow, and there's even more. Oh, and another one, and another one, and another one from Alien Conquest. I'm only focusing on those because I love Alien Conquest. Wow, and lots of stuff. Wow. So, yeah, ideas for this, everyone. Obviously, I can use some of the ones, like this one, for sort of an album cover in my eventual record store or something like that. Oh, and there's the alien villainess. Minifigure and a bear and goodness knows what else. All sorts of stuff. Wow. So, and there's the merman that I've been starting to collect. Technically, he's a swamp creature. But, yeah, for I don't know which scene yet. Oh, wow, that's absolutely great. Very generous. I imagine these must have come with some sort of, I don't know, collector's book or something like that. But that is absolutely great. I'm sure I'll be able to use those around the city, maybe as an advertising board or something like that. So this is a really good start. And then we've got, let me reach further into this, a brief letter from James. Oh, and yet more stickers. I'm sure he'll explain what I've got in a minute. Much bigger ones here. Oh, wow. That isn't quite the super secret police, but it is a police badge from Lego. And there's another nice big logo of the Coast Guard. So they're really good. Oh, wow, there's one of me. Fantastic. Oh, wow. I'll have to think of somewhere extra special to use that. Yeah. Maybe a billboard as well. Robin says, use product X. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a merman. Little swamp creature. Some, of the new, are they the new piglets? Oh, no, I think they're just an old pigs, aren't they? Must be, it's copyright 2011. Dragon suit guy, artist, a city guy, a sign for sharks, 2 hospital ones, a clock, and a hard hat. Wow. You've really been raiding your collection to send those. That is very generous of you indeed. Let's read letter. Dear Robin, I watch all your videos and love them all. I noticed that you always need stickers to use for adverts to cover the backs of buildings, so I've sent you some official Lego stickers from old Lego annuals and magazines. Ah, there we go. That's what I thought. Thank you very much. I've also sent you some images of my small Lego city called Birchbury, and I dream about having a large and detailed city like yours. Well, all things in good time, and I wouldn't say that's too small, to be fair. I mean, that is pretty good going, if you ask me. That's definitely bigger than my first ever city when I was younger. So, yeah, that's really good going. And there's so much going on, so you've really crammed it in. So I like your style. So that is really good. Thank you so much, James. I'm definitely certain that some of these, at the very least, are going to be usable. I love the one that was one of me. I'll have to think of an extra special place for that, but that is really good. So I'm just going to put these to one side because I don't want to sort of dent any of these stickers with the pieces that are inevitably in the next ones. And I'll put your letter somewhere safe as well. But they are fantastic. And just as a reminder, I'm just going to have the one of me in pride of place kind of up here. He could be supported by the bard there. Fantastic. Well, that's a really good start. So let's get on to this one. And this one is apparently from Yarrow Bricks on the outside, so I don't know if that's a sort of channel name or shop name or goodness knows what. I'm sure we'll soon find out. When I try and wrench in here, we have got a little note before a great big array of pieces in here. Please find enclosed some Lego items that I hope you'll be able to use in your city. David, owner of Yarrow Bricks. Lego parts and minifigures for sale on Bricklink. Yes, that's Yarrow_bricks. Fantastic. Oh, and on Brickowl if you use that. I've never used Brickowl. Not because I hate it or anything, just never have. So let's tip all this out and then we can look at it in good measure. Thank you very much, David. This is very generous. Oh, wow, we've got some really interestingly coloured dark turquoise, what are they called? I'm going to call them profile bricks. I've forgotten the name of them. They're really nice. I actually bought a few of these for my upcoming build. Maybe I'll have to use a few more now. I've got a great big supply. Palisade bricks, that's what they're called, isn't it? Train base. They're always useful, of course, for adding more and more cargo wagons. So it's good to get one of those. I've actually run out, so that's good timing. A couple of big green plates. I'm sure they'll come in handy somewhere. Very useful. We've got some sort of underside fuselage pieces. I used loads of white ones of these to make a tanker for the milk. So maybe I'll make a similar one with dark bluish grey as well. 4, that's the number I needed. Let's tip them all out, shall we? They all look new. 2x2 bricks in brown. Lots of random plates in tan. Well, they'll be useful for sand under the sea. That's for sure. Oh, more Cargo Connect ones. Well, that's generous because they were only available on Bricks and Pieces, I think, and they were quite, well, they weren't quite pricey as such, but they weren't cheap. Yeah, they were just from one of the Lego educational sets. So yeah, it's really good to have those. I used them in my cargo area, of course. So I guess I'll have to use those for a Cargo Connect office or something like that, where they have some signs on the wall or something like that. Or maybe I'll just have a bigger truck that uses 2 of these for its roof or something like that somewhere else. Who knows? But that's very nice. Lots of profile bricks again, but the masonry style this time in light bluish grey. Some 2x4s in black. I'll go through those like nobody's business. There's no problem there. 2x10 as well. Yeah, very nice in black. Perhaps less useful unless I build more carriages for my, what I call my Patreon train, is these. I'm going to have to think about how I could use those more usefully. But yeah, they're the bright yellowish orange sort of roof panels. And from that same train, of course, are these 2 nose pieces. They've also used on the more recent tram, of course. Yeah, so they're going to be quite hard to put to good use. But yeah, I don't know. Can you have sort of a 2-way train? Obviously not that short, but kind of maybe that short going along. I don't know. It's a bit difficult. So ideas for that, people? That'd be good. It'd be really good to use it in a completely different way. Maybe underneath the waves as some sort of, I don't know, viewing window or something like that. Maybe, don't know, or maybe it could be used that way. Yeah, maybe even side by side, 2 massive windows used like that. Yeah, I'm thinking more under the sea for these now. Yeah, I'm liking the sort of thoughts you've made me start having about that. We haven't got the glass pieces for those. That's the only bad thing. So I might have to look out for some of those. Then, because I imagine it's only in the dark, trans black rather, that's available, because it's only ever been in a couple of sets. So we've got these big ramp pieces in light bluish grey. I was going to use these in my cargo area all the way along the edge, but by the end of it just looked too grey, so I didn't actually include them. But there's 6 more here, so I'm going to have to think of some way of using these very productively, because I've got an absolute mound of them now. I'll leave all the minifigure parts at the end. Oh, bless you, train wheels, fantastic. So there's 2 pairs of train wheels. I won't tip all those out in case I lose the little bars, but yeah, I'm always needing these, of course. So that's very generous. Then these. What are these? Oh, they're kind of the Friends or maybe more Disney sort of window frames. But I think they've been used a lot in Harry Potter sets in this colour, both ways round. And I think you can get a glass piece for these. I mean, you can see the notches for them. I don't know how many colours they come in. I mean, it'd be very good for my university. That would be really good, actually. Because, how many have we got here? 10. Could really make some sort of, what are they called? Is it called cloisters? When they have kind of a corridor that's outside and they've sort of got columns repeating, sort of like that, and you can kind of walk along here under the shelter, and maybe there's some grass sort of in front of it or something like that, kind of like you'd get at a big church or something like that. Yeah, that could work really well with my university, actually. Yeah. That's a good thing about these orders. Yeah, all the normal orders I get, I know exactly what's coming. So it's not as creative a process as this is, where basically you're kind of giving me stuff that I don't know what's coming, and I can kind of think, oh, how on earth would I use that? And it's really interesting. I'm quite excited to get going on the university if I can use all of these in a row. Yeah, I think that'd be good. And 10 of them, loads, probably more than I'd need. So some panels in grey, nice shiny and new. I'll probably need those for some walls, and maybe to put some of those advertising boards on that we got on that lovely sticker sheet from James. And then, wow, loads of people. So we've got a train driver, TRN 244 to be exact. It looks like he's from one of the cargo trains. If I had to guess, I'd probably say it was from 60098. Oh no, not with a cap. He must be from a more recent one. Yeah, but I really like that. They're the right people that I'm using in my train cargo yard, so he'll go in well. I think I'll probably give him a hard hat. Speaking of hard hats, here's a forklift driver, apparently. He looks a bit like one of my construction crew, actually. But I'm sure I can mix and match. And he's got the hard hat that you'd expect him to have. There we go. Jolly good. Train worker. Yeah, I think you're giving me all the minifigures from... It's probably the more recent train, cargo train, isn't it? So what's that? 60198? Yeah, I like her. She's very similar to the lady I've got running my checkpoint on the cargo area as well, so she can probably go in. I like the ID kind of on the torso there. That's really nice and reflectiveness. Minifigures have come on so well over the years, haven't they? Right, used pieces. Minifigure utensils. We've got diving stuff, one of those sort of undersea scooter things that pulls you along. Suitcases, brushes, a fancy whip. That's not a type of whip that I've seen in black, actually. It's not the more sort of frequent one. Yeah, I have to think how to use that. It could be a plant under the sea, or it could be, I don't know, given to somebody riding a horse. It's a bit long, really, for a sort of horse rider, though, isn't it? Yeah, so ideas for that. Ooh, a very ornate dagger. Now, on first glance, I would say that wasn't Lego, but he says looking for something that says Lego. It could well be. I'm going to have to look up that one in the catalogue. I don't recognise that at all, but that's something I haven't seen before if that is Lego, so that's really nice. A nice drill, other tools, all very good. Oh, and an old sword. That's really nice. Oh, I'll do this one first because this one's more utensils. Oh, and weapons here. Wow, we've got loads of weapons. We've got spears, sticks, swords, chainsaw ends, one chicken drumstick for enjoying at the fairground, backpack, roller skates. Oh, I've never had one of those before. That's one of those sort of things so you can have two swords mounted over your shoulder. How's that go? Like that? Because I don't really get many Ninjago things at all. So, golly, how do you get that in there? So, it's quite rare for me to get something like that, but that's pretty cool. I might have to give that to my ninja who's, hanging over the back of my Japanese sushi restaurant. That looks rather fantastic. I like that. A ray gun, a cutlass, all sorts of stuff in there. Oh, and there's another one, but with the swords going, crossing. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, new pieces, even for me. You wouldn't have thought it, would you? Then minifigure bits, which obviously I love. We've got some... What's that? That is a really odd helmet. I don't even recognise that. It's almost like Optimus Prime sort of head. But is that Lego? Not sure if it is. Again, there is a part number in there, so I'll be able to check. Can't really tell, but that's a very interesting helmet. I don't know where that's from, I'll be honest. Yeah. Then we've got that. I'm fairly sure that's not Lego, but that's sort of like a combat jacket. We've got a horse protection sort of helmet. Two of those. Oh, wow, the sort of conquistador type helmet. And a cap. And we've got some lovely heads. All sorts of heads that will be really useful around my city. Yeah, they look really nice. Yeah, really good. And then we've got another whole bag of minifigure pieces as well. A white cloak, which will be useful for someone trying to rock a look. Sort of neckerchief, hair. A few more heads. Very sort of interesting pink sort of beehive type haircut. That's probably the best one in there. That'll be really interesting. Maybe with a lady's head instead of a man's head. But yeah. Wow, and a black cutlass as well. So some really interesting pieces in there. Absolutely great. Well, that is very generous indeed, David. I think these, weirdly, are my favourite thing, just because they've really got me sort of itching to build a university, because I reckon having a load of these in a row will be a really interesting sort of look. Yeah, so I'm really into that. But the train wheels and the train base, that'll definitely get used. All of this stuff will get used, to be honest. I mean, it's absolutely no problem at all. I'm actually really keen to get that in the city as well. I really like the sort of double sword thing. I think it's kind of slightly better than the crossed one. So yeah, fantastic. Wow. Right, I'm just going to have a quick tidy up and then we'll get on with the next one. Well, the first two have been really interesting and very generous indeed. When we move on to an international package from Winston in Palm Harbor, Florida, which sounds a very exotic place to live indeed. It sounds a lot brighter than Nottingham anyway, in weather terms. Packaging. Ooh, golly. Ooh. Okay, we've used brown paper for wrapping. Yep. Ooh, is that something else in the bottom there? Is that just, I think that's just packaging. Okay, we have a box. We have two wrapped things here, and we have a letter from Hunter, actually. Robin Hood Bricks. Dear Robin, I have enjoyed your adventures in Lego very much. Thanks for bringing us along. Love that you laid out design rules and how you've applied them. Packed and stacked. Believe I started with Donut Fancy Shop Mock and then watched the back catalogue. I do not currently have any Lego. Oh no, been years, nor do I watch any other Lego channels, just yours. Oh, that's really interesting. Very, very humbling as well. Though thought I remembered the reason for the tram tracks dipping was one of economics, flat straights being rare and pricey. Oh, you haven't. Those dips never seemed right to me, but I'm a little OCD, so please accept these track pieces to remedy that if you wish. If I remembered incorrectly, and this was your preferred design decision, use elsewhere or sale on or gift as you see fit, but think it would be an improvement for health and safety, and the guys would not bang their heads going to work at the train shed. Well, so yours sincerely, Hunter. So what Hunter means there is that on my monorail track, I have a few places where it kind of dips and then goes straight back up again, which kind of looks a bit odd to some people, Hunter included. And that's partly to make it a bit interesting, and partially because, well, straight tracks are the most expensive part and the hill parts are a lot cheaper. So essentially buying 4 of those instead of 4 straights would save a lot of money. But, you know, is it a design feature? Is it not? I haven't really given it too much thought. I'm so used to it now. But now I think I can guess what's in here, which is ridiculously generous. And I suppose, wow, once you did buy some of these, Hunter, you did actually own some Lego, but now you've sent them to me. Again, you are Legoless, so maybe you should just bite the bullet and get something small. Wow, 6 straights. So I'm presuming you've calculated 6 as being the number I'd need to remove 2 to remove a downslope, 2 to remove an upslope, and 2 more on the end near the, like you said, the train yard, so it never needs to dip at all. Wow. Well, I think for one thing, I don't think I'll use all 6 of these in removing all of my hills, because then, you know, we won't have any changes in gradient at all, and I think that will be a little bit of a loss. But yeah, I'm definitely going to experiment with actually maybe removing that large drop sort of in front of the castle, because yeah, it doesn't really need to go down there. But does it improve our view of the statue behind? I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with it. But this is a very generous gift indeed. I know how much these go for. I won't embarrass you by saying now, but that is absolutely crazy. So I encourage you, Hunter, to treat yourself to something small. I mean, I bought a white train, and yes, it did get out of hand, and we've got the whole Lego room to deal with now, plus a cabinet, plus other stuff. I'm surrounded by Lego as I speak. It's all behind me. So it needn't get that bad, but I think you should maybe get a discreet sort of build. I don't know, maybe a sort of normal size Millennium Falcon or something like that, not the mega one, and just enjoy it because, you know, it is good fun. Anyway, thanks again, Hunter. And then we move on to, what is the heaviest package of them all. This one, which I believe is from another long-term fan of the channel, Audiotron, who checked to see if it had arrived, because he said it's another big one, and it is. I'm now struggling with all this plastic. Maybe I should have cut into it before I restarted filming, but here we go. And in the plastic is a big box. Yep, okay, so toss the plastic over my head. Now I've got to go through the tape on the box. This is when I start getting really embarrassed because somebody's been ridiculously generous again. So here we go. Ooh, no. I thought that might be a big reveal, but no, there's more cardboard in the way. Let's open, oh golly, 4 flaps. And we have a letter. Oh my word, and an absolute mound of Lego bricks, as you'd imagine. Wow. Oh, and some photos. Loads of photos this time. Right, I'm going to come to the bricks in a minute. And I'm going to look at the photos and read the letter. So here we go. Wow, Shepperton's Fun Fair. And that is... Oh, wow. So it's like a sort of almost... not minifigure scale, it's really smaller minifigure scale kind of rendition of a very traditional carnival with the trucks. Oh, I've got a bit of tape stuck to my finger. That unload to become the stalls and to produce the rides and so on. And I think the idea with this, if I'm correct, is that all this ride, for example, will fold up and fit perfectly on the back of one of these trucks. So yeah, that's really probably quite complicated to design, but very interesting indeed. Like it. Oh wow, and there's your collection of very old sets. Oh wow, 600, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, you've got them all, it looks like. Absolutely amazing. What a collection. Ooh. Then we've got more Shepperton Funfair and other sets. I'm sure you're going to explain all this. I've probably explained it and then you're going to explain it again. Wow, you've got an absolute backlog here. I'm not sure if I was even supposed to show all of your set collection. I shall read your letter. Dear Robin, I've decided to send you this bag of random assorted elements, including Technic, gems, panels and such, plus the Harry Potter Great Hall set minus the Professors. I wanted them for Diagon Alley. Fair enough. I don't need Harry Potter figures at all. This set will go towards your learning experience. Ah, yes. That's because I'm always deliberately kind of getting Harry Potter wrong and confusing it with Star Wars, of course. I could sell the sets, but I know you'll get a lot out of them and I know they'll be well received. Yes, always well received. Yep, thanks. As usual, they are clean and stored professionally, as it were. Included is a few photos of my set collection. This includes my micro funfair called Shepperton's Micro Funfair, Shepherd being my surname. All in all, there are 15 wagons, and I've selected a couple for you. So let's go back to that picture then. Where was it? There we go. The wagons are 4x20 studs and 6 bricks high to give you a scale, and all the rides work and fit on the wagons packed. Yeah, so that's the skill of it, isn't it? Looks very nice, very colourful indeed, very traditional as well. Kindest regards, Barry, Audiotron 1003. Fantastic. So that is very generous again, Barry. I know you have sent me stuff on several occasions before, so you're probably the most featured person on this after Mrs. Hood and myself. So I'm just going to pile all this out of the box. Oh, yeah, an absolute ton of Lego. Wow, you're so generous. Oh. Get rid of the box. So most of this is the Great Halls 75954, and a very generous contribution that is. So I'm going to be using, well, I was going to be using, I think I still am, going to be using some of these Harry Potter sets to make a university in a very traditional sort of style. And the thing is, since then, about 1 million people have made a proper Hogwarts out of it. You know, some many sort of stories tall and all the rest of it, using thousands and thousands of bricks. And it kind of put me off a little bit, or made me hesitate, because it just looked like I'll be doing the same thing as everyone else, except they'd say, yours doesn't look much like Hogwarts. And it wouldn't, because, well, it wouldn't be Hogwarts, my one. So anyway, I think I will get onto that, but, you know, only after I've finished current projects. So we've got unopened instructions there. I think that is, yeah, look, there's bag 3, bag 4, bag 2, bag presumably 1, no, 6, 5, and 1. There we go. So an absolute load of them. So this is the random parts. So this is the one we want to tip out now. Have a good look. Got some really big white plates. Now these actually will be really useful for my Arctic scene in due course, because as many people will know, I've been collecting a lot of Arctic stuff and penguins and stuff like that to use for an Arctic scene, which is nowhere near ready. Haven't even started thinking about it. It's probably for after the cabinet, so we're talking way distant future. But these will be very useful for that. So yeah, they definitely will be very gratefully used. I think I'll need some more of these in due course, but I really shouldn't start buying for something so far in advance. Very good. Oh, lots of Technic bits. I probably won't tip all these out, but these are useful because I've run out of all these gears. I think I've used an absolute ton of gears on my fairground. Ooh. And I have pretty much run out, so this is actually quite good timing. So there's loads in there, I won't tip them out. But this I've taken out, which is an actuator, which I've never had before. I've been tempted to buy one, and I don't know how it works. But essentially, yeah, you put a motor in there and it powers it, and then it pushes this out, which I don't think I can pull because it will break it. But essentially, it will turn a motor going in there into some linear motion, that way and then that way and sort of come in and come out. So you could make something move in a very different way. So yeah, I've pulled that out and I'm going to be playing with that as a matter of urgency because that looks really good fun. I don't know how it works and I'm desperate to find out. So that's great. We've got, let's tip all this out. Ooh. We've got, oh my lord. So when you said you were sending some gems, I see what you mean now. Well, that will probably be used under the sea, I imagine. Maybe as the sort of tips of some plant or something like that. Absolute load of those. I've got a little bag of gems, but it's probably about sort of that big. Just here. About sort of 10 or 15. And this is absolutely huge. I don't know how you even get that many. It must have been on a pick-a-brick wall or something like that at some point. So I think they would definitely be very useful. Wheel centres. That's interesting. Why you have that many and what on earth we could use that for. So ideas for that. I'm a bit stumped on that one. Lots of panels in bright light yellow. Oh, an absolute ton of these fence pieces in white. I've used those around my park and I was thinking of extending that actually. So if I do, I've now got the ingredients to do it. Some drawers in pink. They're very nice. I like these drawers. Need them in more of my shops and things. Some shutters, old school shutters. And I've just bought the bricks to attach those to. So maybe they'll go in the warehouse area. I like those. Nice and bright. Yeah. And you can have them closed obviously as well. Oh, and they'll fit in an old style window, of course, with the tabs on the corner as well. So, oh, in fact, that might be where the only place they fit, depending on their height. How tall are they? Oh, yeah, they'll just fit on a window frame. They're 3 high, aren't they? Cool, okay. A gun in white, a flag in gold, another one of those guns. Guns. Fences. A few arches. Yeah, lots of things. Ooh, some nice slopes there, curved slopes. Lots of things to get the creative juices flowing. And a rather large flipper for some other toy brand, I think. Anyway, well, that is absolutely fantastic, Barry. That is really generous. And it just puts the end to a wonderful haul that has really got me thinking, you know. More than many. So let's get all this stuff vaguely in shot. So a massive thank you again to James, to David, to Hunter, and to, hold on, yeah, to Hunter, because it was Winston on the package, wasn't it? Got confused there for a minute. And to Barry for all these wonderful contributions. I mean, the generosity of all these pieces of monorail track is absolutely unbelievable, as is this very large Harry Potter set. But I think for creative purposes, where size really isn't of issue, you mustn't think that I'm only interested in receiving something that's big. Are these strange train fronts that I'm sort of thinking of using in a very different way. I'm very interested in that. The gems I'm quite interested in. I'm sure there was something else around here that I was interested in using. Definitely all of these, as I've said several times now. Oh yeah, the actuator thing. Yeah, it's quite heavy, surprisingly. Yeah, I'm very interested in finding out all about that. So loads of me to get playing with, which will probably delay my week and make my videos shorter in the future, but not to worry. Wow, what a fantastic haul. So as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. Do also send in your suggestions for a few of the things that I've mentioned today. Also for these stickers, where you think they'll work best. Do you think they should be album covers? Or maybe billboards or something like that? There's definitely some that I want to group together, like the Alien Conquest ones, because they're just so much fun. So I really like those. And as always, if you value this channel, do remember to support it using some of the links in the description below. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, I will be going back to the undersea cabinet, either to do something in the depths. I've got the big deep sea base that we've been making in past weeks over there. I'll either be doing the submarines for that, or maybe extending that, or maybe building a surface vessel. We're running out of space on the surface, I must say. And then on Monday, I don't know what we'll be doing, but it will probably be another mock build and another Bricklink haul next week. So, until all of that, see you